Now let's proceed to question number 25. Here this question 25 states, if a number x is chosen at random from these given numbers, what is the probability that x square will be less than or equal to 4? So in this question, these 7 numbers are given to you. So very first I am going to consider E as an event of getting square of a number less than or equal to 4, and S is the sample space. So it's quite obvious, in sample space you will have all these 7 numbers, that is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. And which numbers will be part of this event? Whose square will be less than or equal to 4? So if I am squaring up -3, I get 9. So -3 won't be part of that. When I square up -2, I get here clearly 4. So this will be part of event E. Same follows for -1. Square of -1 gives me 1, which is less than 4. Square of 0 is 0. That is also less than 4. Same goes for 1 and 2. But 3 won't be included as part of E because 3 square gives you 9. So I can definitely mention here the sample space and the event E. You can clearly see in the sample space we have here these 7 numbers, and in event E we have these 5 numbers. So now the probability of getting the event E will be given, here I can definitely write probability of getting event E will be given by number of elements in event E upon number of elements in the sample space. So the number of elements in the event E is 5 and sample space consists of the 7 numbers. So the required answer for this question is 5 upon 7. So this was a 2-marker question. In this question, when you will obtain the sample space, here you will get half marks till this step, and for obtaining the event and its outcomes, you will get half marks, and further to obtain the probability, you will get complete 1 mark. That gives you total 2 marks for this question. I hope that's clear. Now let's proceed to question number 26. So here we have question number 26. You can clearly see in this question also you have choice. So here both the choices are from the chapter of statistics. Here in the first choice you have to obtain the mean of the given distribution, and the second choice you have to obtain mode. So let me solve the first choice for you, where we will be obtaining mean. So here you can see the classes are exclusive. That means they are continuous. And whenever we have continuous classes, you can obtain mean through 3 different methods, that is direct method, assume mean method and standard deviation method. As no method is mentioned in this question, so you can proceed with any of the method. I am trying to solve it through direct method. But for that, I'll be needing the midpoint of each and every class. How do we obtain the midpoint? You take upper limit plus lower limit and divide it by 2. So very first, let's reconstruct this frequency distribution table where I have these classes and I have obtained midpoint of each and every classes and denoted it as xi. That is midpoint of ith class. And here I have the table of frequency denoted as fi, frequency of the ith class. So here the mid value or the midpoint can be obtained easily as 3 plus 5 upon 2, that gives me 4. 5 plus 7 upon 2 gives me 6. In similar manner, I have obtained all these midpoints. So you have midpoints and the corresponding frequency of each and every class. Let's obtain fi xi. To obtain fi xi, here I will be taking product of the frequency of a class with its respective midpoint. That gives me 5 into 4, 20. Next 10 into 6, 60. 10 into 8, 80. 7 into 10, 70. Next I have 8 into 12, 96. After that, I need to obtain sigma fi, that is sum of all the frequency, and sigma fi will be equal to sum of all these respective frequency, which comes out to be equal to 40. And next I need to obtain sigma fi xi. Sigma fi xi will be sum of all these fi xi, that is equal to 326 in this case. Next, let's obtain mean through direct method. So here we have this frequency distribution table, and to obtain mean through direct method, you need here sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. So this is equal to 326 upon 40. So you just need to calculate this, and on calculation you will obtain this value is equal to 8.15. So here you get the required mean of the given distribution. So here we get the required mean as 8.15. 6.15. So this is the answer for this question. So in this question, when you obtain fi xi by multiplying frequency of a class with its respective midpoint, you get total 1 mark till this step. And when you write the correct formula to obtain the mean, in this step you obtain more half marks, and for obtaining the right answer, that is 8.15, you will get rest half mark. That gives you total 2 marks for this question. I hope that's clear. Now let's proceed to the second choice provided in the same question. So it states, find the mode of the following data. You can observe we have the classes with their respective frequencies. These are continuous classes having the class size of 20. How you obtain class size? You take upper limit and from that you subtract lower limit. So difference of each upper and lower limit will be 20 in this case. Now next I need to obtain mode of this data. For that, very first you need to obtain modal class. What is modal class? The class having maximum frequency. When you observe here the frequency provided, out of all classes, the highest frequency is here, 12. So this is F0, the frequency of the modal class. This is the modal class having the class interval 60 to 80. So 60 is the lower limit of the modal class. Here 10 is the frequency of the class preceding modal class, which I denote as F1. 6 is the frequency of the class succeeding modal class, which I denote as 2. And H can be considered as class size, which is 20 in this case. So here we can definitely say that the maximum frequency is 12 and its corresponding class is 60 to 80. So you clearly get here the modal class, and L is the lower limit of modal class 60, H is the class size 20, F0 is here 12, that is frequency of modal class, F1 is 10, which is frequency of class preceding modal class, F2 is here 6, which is frequency of class succeeding modal class. So now we need to obtain mode using this formula, that is L plus F0 minus F1 whole by twice F0 minus F1 minus F2 whole into H. So let's substitute here these values. So L is here 60 plus F0 is 12. So I have 12 minus 10 upon I have 2 into 12, 24 minus 10 minus 6 into 20. So next we are going to simplify it. It results here 60 plus 2 upon 8 into 20. So this is 40 upon 8, which is equal to 5. 5 plus 60, mode is equal to 65. So here we get the required answer for this question as 65. So this is the answer for this question. In this question, when you have obtained the required modal class and identified that correctly, in that case, you will obtain half marks. For writing all these values and identifying correct F0, F1 and F2, you will get rest half marks. You will get half marks for writing the correct formula, and after doing all these calculations and obtaining the right answer for mode, you will get rest half marks. That gives you total 2 marks for this question. So here we come to an end to section B. Now let's proceed to section C.